In just the last 7 days, here in the state of Florida, at the state level, we have seen legislation introduced that would ban the Democratic Party. We have seen legislation introduced that would require any blogger in the state who writes about our state government to have to register with the state and, of course, keep a state level list of who's writing what, who's getting paid to write what, and where it's being published, to help Ron DeSantis quickly and easily put together his enemies list. And then at the end of last week, a piece of legislation was proposed that would legally give the courts in the state of Florida the permission to kidnap either transgender children or the children of transgender parents. Let me read this. This is Senate Bill 254, introduced Friday by State Senator Clay Yarborough, and it would grant the court authority to take emergency custody of kids under the same statute that protects them from domestic violence and abuse. The state could take temporary custody of children if it is necessary in an emergency to protect the child because the child or a sibling or parent of the child is, quote, at risk of or is being subjected to the provision of sex reassignment prescriptions or procedures, according to the proposed bill text. Those procedures include hormone therapy, puberty blockers, and surgeries or procedures that, quote, affirm a person's perception of his or her sex if that perception is inconsistent with the person's sex at birth. The court would also be granted, quote, jurisdiction to vacate, stay, or modify a child custody determination of a court of another state to protect the child from the risk of being subjected to the provision of sex reassignment prescriptions or procedures. So, if you were in Florida and you get a divorce and your ex moves to Texas and your ex decides that they are transgender and they start taking hormones and you share custody of your kid, well, even if that custody was granted in the state of Texas, Florida courts would somehow be given jurisdiction over that and they could go and steal the kid away from that parent. That's what this law says. That's basically the kidnapping part. Or vice versa. If you're a married couple in the state of New York, you get divorced, one of you moves down here, the other one has custody of the kid. That parent is transgender, so Florida comes, takes the kid, brings it to the other parent. There's obviously no way this holds up in court. I feel the need to just go ahead and say that right now. There's no way this holds up in court. At the same time, based on all of the insanity we have seen, especially down here in the state of Florida, there is a very real possibility that this could stand up in court. Like, that's what terrifies me. There are no more predictable things in American politics. We can no longer look at the dumbest piece of legislation you've ever seen and say, oh yeah, well, at least the courts will strike it down. We can't even say that anymore. I mean, a year ago, myself included, I was sitting here saying they're not going to overturn Roe versus Wade. There is legal precedent. They can't just do that. And then they just did it. And we have seen some horrid decisions even beyond that. So nothing is predictable. Nothing is safe. Nothing is sacred. This bill is absolutely disgusting. And it's probably going to pass. It's probably going to pass down here in the state of Florida. And then suddenly we are in the business of kidnapping. So in addition to paying to send migrants all over the country, maybe we use those same planes to go around after we dump the migrants off. Then we'll just start kidnapping children and bringing them back down here to Florida. This is insane. I'm almost speechless about this stuff because this is so insane. This is what the state of Florida is doing, and I promise you, as we have seen in the past, if they are successful, you can expect legislation exactly like this, or possibly even worse, to start popping up in red states all over the country. If you can't get enough Ring of Fire, we encourage everyone to subscribe to our channel for fresh video content 7 days a week, and for even more from me, you can follow me on all social media outlets, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram @FairandBalanced.